Are you hearing? No, put on your listening ears. It's time to put on your listening ears, to be honest. In this day and age of the internet, you can afford to actually say such ignorant statements with a smile on your face. No, darling, not today. Sometimes you just need to think. Yeah? Just think. Just think. Yeah. Let me give you one of the thousands of examples that I've had say. So in March, we went to Edinburgh with my friends, and we went on this tour. You know how cities have these tours where you go and then they tell you the history of blah blah blah. So I went on one of these tours, and the tour guide was asking people like where they're from, because it's a touristy city. So he asked like where people from. People were saying from the US. My friends were from India, so they say they're from India. Other people were saying they're from different parts of England. And then I said where I'm from. I'm from Kenya. Do you know what this guy said? Hey, last week we had someone from Namibia. Like what's the connection? What was the point of that statement? 1, what was the point of that statement? 2, okay, when this other people were saying that they're from India, why didn't you ask about someone? Why didn't you say there was someone from Bangladesh, Pakistan, and someone else is saying they're from US? Did you tell them that someone from Canada had come? Me, when I'm saying 3, do I even know anyone from Namibia? Have I even ever heard of anyone from Namibia? Tell me. Let's start with the basics. Dear non-Africans, Africa is not a mother country. It's a continent with over 54. Is it 54 or 55 countries? Huh? In the same breath, each country has a president. Shh. And I know what you may be saying. People are still not this stupid. Like, people know that Africa is a continent and it's not a country. Nah, till this day and age, I still get people not understanding that it's not one country. Dear non-Africans, when you're going to visit an African country, let's say you're going to visit South Africa, and I'm from Kenya, please don't tell me to come and meet you in South Africa. Don't. No, there's some things we have to be very clear about. Don't, because I too need a visa, the same way you probably need a visa to go to South Africa. We don't just walk in and out of countries the way we like. When we are talking and I tell you I'm from Kenya, do not, I repeat, do not tell me you have a friend from Cameroon or you've ever visited Cameroon, because that adds no value to our conversation, because it has no, what? Okay, then me, I don't have friends. Why you assuming I also have friends from? I don't. Okay, to be fair, I think I have one friend from Cameroon, but that's besides the point. Do you know how people in Greece and Slovakia and all those countries in the European Union, they are different, yeah? So how the heck then are you expecting countries in Africa then to be the same? That's what I'm saying. It's a matter of just thinking. Just taking a step back, looking at the bigger picture, which is the map of Africa, seeing that there are different countries colonized by different, we're not going to talk about colonization because that's a whole other topic, but colonized by different, which means our cultures are different, our languages are different. So you know how the British are different from the Greek and vice versa? That's the same way people from Uganda are different from people from Botswana. Dear non-Africans, we don't speak one language. Imagine. Yeah, we don't. Afrikaans is not the language that we all speak. In Kenya, there are over 50 languages. In Ghana, there are over 250 languages. In South Africa, there are over, I think, 10 languages. If in one country people are barely speaking the same language, by the way, we have a national language, which is Swahili. But the point is, there are many other tribes and languages within Kenya. So how are we then speaking the same language in one continent? How? I want to know. Second of all, you do know that Africa was colonized by different... Don't even... How are we again going to speak the same language? If my neighbor here was colonized by the French, this one by the Spanish, so they're speaking French, Spanish. Me, which is us, by the British, we're speaking English. So how are we then speaking the same language? How? Please, just tell me how. Because if you can decipher these, tell me. No, me, I'm waiting. Just tell me how. Dear non-Africans, there is no such thing as an African accent. Leading back to the previous point, because if we don't speak one language, then how the heck are we going to have the same accent? Tell me. And you have an African accent. What is that? What's that? Who? What do you mean, an African accent? How is that even possible? Is that how? This should be a video on how, because me, I don't understand how. How can you have an African accent? How? When there is no African accent even in the first place for you to have. So how can you have an African? Shh. Hey. Dear non-Africans, I don't have a pet lion called Simba. For goodness sake, it's a giraffe called Twiga. Get it? Because, okay, you obviously don't get it. Let me explain. So in Swahili, like, one of the languages spoken in Swahili, which is a lingua franca. Wow, I'm assuming you also don't even know what a lingua franca is. I'll tell you what a lingua franca is for free. A lingua franca is a language that's spoken by people from different native languages. Like, they don't have to be speaking the same native language for them to be speaking Swahili. Like French or Spanish, those are lingua francas. So Swahili is a lingua franca in East or Eastern Africa. I'm not sure which one, but East or Eastern Africa. And basically what I was trying to say is that in Swahili, lion means Simba. You know, like the movie Lion King, where they call the lion Simba, which is basically lion. Like, couldn't get any more creative than that. That's hence my joke, Twiga, giraffe, because giraffe in Swahili is Twiga. Anyway, at least now you've learned 3 things. You've learned lingua franca, Simba, lion, Twiga, giraffe. You're welcome. You is welcome. Dear non-Africans, we get it. Oh, when I went to Africa, I went on a safari. We get it. That's what we do. Okay, now probably I'm just being mad salty. Like, fine, thank you for coming and going on a safari. I don't know, I'm just a bit heated up right now. So I'm a bit petty. Yeah, I'm in a petty mood. So if that one offended someone, I may apologize, but can't promise anything. Dear non-Africans, we don't all come from Nigeria. So next time you're wondering where your friend is from, don't assume Nigeria. Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with coming from Nigeria. I'm not from there. But at the same time with this one, I get it. A lot of Africans who travel, who you see abroad, are from Nigeria. So it kind of makes sense why you'd assume Nigeria, because most of the time you would get Nigeria. All in all, you're just in a conundrum. I don't know. You just ask where they're from. Like, is it just so hard to just be like, so where are you from again? I've forgotten. Then probably write it down if this is your 5th time asking someone. Dear non-Africans, do you know we have shopping malls? And highways and superhighways? Yeah. We don't all live in huts, so you can't afford to be ignorant in this day and age. But at the same time, if you want to be ignorant, that's fine, because I'm not going to lie. Even me, there are parts of this world that I'm really not sure what really goes on. But I'll not be out here talking like I know what's going on, because I know what's happening probably 2 countries across from them. Nah, just keep quiet. Ask questions or Google later. Yesterday, I found out that there's this country called Turkmenistan. I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to pronounce it, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Turkmenistan, and it's close to Uzbekistan and Afghanistan. But let's say I meet someone from Kazakhstan. Do you think I'm going to be telling them about Uzbekistan? Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. Sorry if I was being a bit... No, actually, I'm not going to apologize. Comment down below any silly comment that you've ever had anyone tell you. Or comment down below if you've ever said a silly comment and then later realize how stupid you were for saying it. But it's fine. Life is about learning. I may have been a bit aggressive, but I'm just salty and I'm mad. I feel like I also have some responsibility to educate where I can, where I know. And I don't mind also being educated. Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah. Sayonara. Bye.